girl Shay, and I am back with another video. As you can see by the title, we're going to be going over the how many books did I read? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I read about like 8 books, maybe. I'm gonna have to look on Goodreads because there's some that I listened to on audiobook that I don't have the physical copy of, and yeah, so I'm gonna have to go through that. So let me grab my phone real quick and we'll get right into the books that I read this month. Alright. So, on Goodreads, it shows that I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 books. I read 7 books. So, we're going to start with the 2 that I do not own. First one is Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle. I rated it 3 stars, but I think in my brain it was actually a 3.5 stars. I really liked it. Expiration Dates was a really good book. I liked the whole concept of that book. It was really good. So, and I did listen to it on audiobook because I got it from my library, and it was really good. And pretty much the premise of it was every time she dated somebody, she would get a paper, and it would have the amount of time that she'll be dating that person. And it always lasted for that amount of time. But I'm not going to really get into no more. I'm sorry, guys. Disclaimer, a little PSA. I am sick. I am congested. I've been sick for the past, 2 weeks. So, I'm real stuffy. So, you're going to probably hear my voice go out, sound weird. I'm going to probably sound a little stuffed up. I am. If you hear me sniffling, trying to clear it, I'm sorry. I am sick. I'm sick, okay? I'm sick. I'm sorry. But so that was that book. Yeah, I would kind of go into it more because I really liked it. But I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to ruin nothing. And yeah. So then the second book that I read and I freaking loved so much, but I don't got the physical copy yet, but I'm gonna get it, is You with a View by Jessica Joyce. That book was so good. First of all, I love photography, and the mention of photography and the act of taking photos in the video it pulled on my heartstrings because I love me some photography. I am a photographer at heart. I literally took classes in high school and in college because photography is what I love. But unlike her, I'm never going to make it a living. That is just a hobby. And so seeing that was cute, but I loved the bickering. Oh my gosh. The back and forth, the picking, the bickering. I was down bad for it. Down bad for it. And I actually have... I forgot. I actually have the physical copy from the library. I gotta go take that bad boy back. She's ready. It's time for her to go back to where she came from. But I read along with the audiobook. I did listen to it, but I also read along with it. And when I tell you, this book was so good. There was so much in here that I would have loved to highlight, but I didn't because it wasn't my book. So I'm gonna probably reread it one day and go through and highlight the cute stuff. But I cannot wait to read the other book by Jessica Joyce, The X-Files. When I get that chance, I'm taking it. Hopefully I can read it this month, but I don't know. It's November, by the way. But yeah. And then, let me make sure, how many left? 1, 2, 3. Okay, the rest of the books I read, I got physical copies of, so let's just get straight into them. And I rated that one 5 stars. That was a 5-star read for me, and I was so excited. It was a 5-star. Next book. Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I listened to this audiobook within the span of 24 hours. The whole audiobook within the span of 24 hours. First of all, let me tell you how this played out. Let me tell you. I was on TikTok, right? I heard a clip of the audiobook on TikTok. Hilarious. Had me laughing. I was like, okay. I got an Audible credit. Let me go use it. So I used the Audible credit. Got it. Listened to it. Got almost all the way to the end. Went to the store, picked up the copy. I ain't never, I ain't never in my life went through that like that. I just went straight to get the book because the audiobook was so good. I rated this one 4 stars. 4 stars. 4 stars. Listen to the audiobook though. If you're gonna read this book, listen to it on audio because it'll help you out. You will love it. It's a dark romance. It's a dark stalker romance. But make it rom-com. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's so good. And his name Josh, right? The main male is Josh. Yeah, he is hilarious. He's funny. He made the whole book funny. His inner monologue, dialogue, whatever the word is, his brain thoughts and the things he say and the things he do, funny, hilarious, the funniest thing ever. So then let's get into, I want to say maybe my favorite read of this month. Let's just put her back in her spot. And Ember in the Ashes. If I had to pick like top 2, it would definitely be Sadly and Ember in the Ashes and Lights Out. Even though I rated You with the View higher than Lights Out, but that's because I loved You with the View. It related to me, and it made me laugh. I guess it made me laugh and I related to it, but Lights Out was just funny. It was a good experience from start to finish. I was eating it up. So, but in Ember in the Ashes, it took me a while to read this. I actually read this book in my bookstore scavenger hunt video. If you have not seen that, actually you haven't seen it because I haven't even, this will probably be out before, this will definitely be out before that. Stay tuned for that video to see me read this. But this was so good. I'm ready to read the second one. And it was pretty thick. It took me about a week to read because I was like reading slow and I was reading other books too. But this one was so good. It's a fantasy, and she joined the rebellion, and she went undercover for them. And it says on the back, and that's where she ran into the main male character. And I'm not gonna say no more because I don't feel like reading the back to figure out what's all on the back, and I don't want to ruin it. But just know, I love Elias and I love Leia, and I love them both. But Leia, I don't like the way they portray her in here, like make her look like a dum-dum. I don't like that. Because really, my girl's not dumb. But they make her seem dumb. And in Elias, I love him down. I love him down. He is such a good man. Good man. Good man in a bad situation. That's what he is. Alright. And then the next book was The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Oh, wait. My rating... I forgot to put my rating up. My rating for Ember in the Ashes was also 4 stars. Yeah. And then The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I also rated 4 stars. I ate this book up. It took me a long time to read it because I've been in for the past 2.5 months, I've been in a reading slump. But I've been trying to at least consume a couple books a month. This month I have a very ambitious TBR, which stay tuned for my TBR video to see the books that I want to read this month. I actually probably going to post that one. I'll probably post that one first. So if that one's already out, go watch it. If it's not out yet, stay tuned for it because about 20 different books I want to try to read. Yeah. Now back on the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's pretty spicy. It literally says, it on the back. It says it on the back. A small town spicy romance. And it is a small town spicy romance. It's pretty spicy. But I just love them. And what's his name? Logan. I love Logan. He's such a big teddy bear sweetheart. That's what he is. A grumpy teddy bear sweetheart. And Jenny is just a ball of sunshine. That's what she is. But I like this book. It was really good. There's not much I can say about it. It's literally just a small town romance that made me giggle, laugh, and blush. Next, we got Ninth House, which is also a library book. I need to go take this bad boy back. I don't even know what to say about it, if I'm being honest. I rated it 3 stars. Yeah. I mean, it gave 3 stars. It wasn't really nothing special to me. I feel like it was good. I listened to the whole audiobook of it. So, it was fine. I don't really remember much, but it was a part in here where I was like, oh, that's what happened? Yeah. But I was kind of lost because I really wasn't. I was doing a puzzle. And you know, puzzles sometimes takes a lot of brain power. And I was listening to this at the same time. So I wasn't really paying attention to this. But it was what I did pay attention to. I did like. And I did buy the second book to read. So I will read it. Clearly it was good enough. And I rated it, like I said, 3 stars. And not like it was like a 1 or a 2 star. But the final book that I read this month. Bride. And once again, I listened to the audiobook and I listened to it literally in 24 hours. I started it at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Right? Yeah, I started at like 5 or 6 in the morning. And I listened to it until the nighttime. And then it was over. And I loved it. This book was so good. First of all, I don't know, something about the werewolf and the vampire got me. This book was so good. What did I rate it? 4.75. 4.75. It was pretty much a 5-star read. It had me hooked. I loved her. The main character, I forgot her name. What's her name? Misery. I loved Misery. Her attitude, her fierceness, that's my girl. And then what's his name? Love. I loved him too. Because he wasn't like the rest of them. I loved how he was different from the rest of his pack. He was different from his pack. He was trying to be a good man. A good man. And she was the outcast in her group of vampires. And she didn't deserve half the things she went through. But they did her bogus. They did her wrong. They did her down bad dirty. But she still came out on top. She came out on top. And I love her for it. And I love this book. And her, I'm not even going to say nothing. That's that. Read it. No, there's some dirty people doing dirty things in this book. And it was spicy. Just have to let you know. I'm not really into spice, but this spice was a good spice. But those were all the 7 books that I read this month. It was not a good reading month. Well, it was. It's been like a steady flow all year of how many books I read. So, I guess it was a decent month. But stay tuned. Make sure you tune in to my November TBR so you can see all the books that I want to try to get to. My very ambitious 20 book TBR. Am I gonna finish it? We'll see. But that was all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And honestly, turn on those post notifications so that you can see every time I post a new video. Don't you want to, you know, be the first one to watch? It's up to you. Your choice. Do what you want. Personally, I click it, but it's your choice. Do what you want. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much.